Hello friends, welcome to my channel ELS English Literature Studies with Kaur Harpreet. Today I will discuss some MCQs based on poetry only. Being a student of literature, we know that there are three major forms of English literature, that is poetry, drama and prose. And all these three major forms have several smaller forms. And some of these forms are already discussed and some are left to be discussed. And in my previous video, I have already discussed John Dryden, and as per promise, I have to discuss today John Dryden as a new classist poet. But as I'm getting requests from my friends as they're preparing for the exams, so I have to delay that video. And firstly, I will discuss some MCQs based on poetry, and then I will continue my topic. So without any delay, let us start with today's video. The dimensions of poetry are so extensive that it is impossible to confine it within the limits of a definition. If we talk about Aristotle, for him poetry is as a speaking picture with the end to teach and delight. For Matthew Arnold, the future of poetry is immense. Poetry, according to Wordsworth, is a criticism of life under the conditions fixed by the laws of poetic truth and poetic beauty. In simple words, we can say that poetry is an imaginative and aesthetic recreation of the world. Thus, poetry is the earliest and most powerful of the three major forms of literature. And today I will discuss about the MCQs. My first question is, how many forms of poetry are there? The answer is 10. There are let us do one thing, let us count these forms together. Number one is the epic, then number two is the mock epic, three number is the sonnet, then fourth number is the ode, then fifth is the lyric, and sixth is the ideal, seventh is the pastoral, and eighth is the elegy and the pastoral elegy, and number 9 is the ballad, and number 10, yes, you tell me what is number 10. Yes, it is right. It is the star. There are total 10 forms of poetry, right? Now, my second question is, who is the author of the School of Abuse? Correct answer is option B, Gosson. Gosson was a playwright, and his School of Abuse is an important document in the history of English literature. In the end, that's what the School of Abuse reads like: an argument posted by a fanatic on a message board. Third question is, who denounced poetry as father of lies? Answer is again Gosson, that is option D. In his work, The School of Abuse, in Gosson's work, The School of Abuse, actually he attacked actors, playwrights and poets, and he criticized the social and moral disorder in function. He called them as irresponsible, unrealistic and corrupt one also. On these grounds, Stephen Gosson condemns poets as father of lies. Let me discuss one more point here that comes to my mind right now, that who said poetry is the mother of lies? Gosson said as the father of lies, and who said poetry is the mother of lies? Answer is Plato, who banished poetry from his ideal world. Right? Now come to the fourth question. Verse is an only ornament and no cause to poetry. Who holds this view? Is it Sidney, Milton, Coleridge or Wordsworth? Yes, what is the answer according to you? Yes, it's Sidney. Who holds this view? According to Sidney, verse is only an ornament and no cause to poetry. Question number 5. According to whom poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world? Again, Shelley, Walter Pater, Matthew Arnold or Wordsworth? Its answer is Shelley, P.B. Shelley, right? Then all of us, we know that these are lines from Wordsworth's work, and what are the lines? Poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions or feelings, and it is from in the preface to prelude, in the preface to the lyrical ballads, in the preface to his poetical works, or in a letter to Coleridge. Yes, the answer is in the preface to the lyrical ballads. These are lines from in the preface to the Lyrical Ballads by William Wordsworth. Then question number 7. The Greeks called their poets wits, and what is the meaning of this term? Its correct answer is B, that is creators, right? Then question number 8. Whose view is this? Poetry is not a formula which 1,000 flappers and hobbledehoys ought to be able to master in a week without any training. Whose view is this? Answer is something tricky. Is it T.S. Eliot or Edmund Gosse? Yes, the answer is option B, that is Edmund Gosse. Friends, it is not T.S. Eliot, it is Edmund Gosse, because T.S. Eliot has mentioned these lines in his work, The Secret Wood, right? The Secret Wood, which is a collection of 20 essays by T.S. Eliot, first published in 1920. And these essays include Eliot's opinion of many literary works and authors. Here question is, whose view is this? So correct answer is option B, that is Edmund Gosse. And these are his views quoted by T.S. Eliot in his work The Secret Wood. Next question is question number 9. Who holds this view regarding poetry? Poetry is of all human learnings the most ancient and of most fatherly antiquity. Is it Milton, Matthew Arnold, Sidney, or Aristotle? Answer is C, Sidney. Right? Then question number 10. Who put poets, players, and jesters in one group and also named them as caterpillars of a commonwealth? Options are here: Bacon, Sidney, Matthew Arnold, or Gossen. Yes, right answer is again option D, Gossen. And these are questions based on poetry, and some other views regarding poetry. According to Shelley, poetry may be defined as the expression of imagination, and according to Matthew Arnold, the greatness of a poet lies in his powerful and beautiful application of ideas to life. These are different views of different writers regarding poetry. I hope you will like this MCQs based on poetry, and if you like it, please hit the like button, and also share and subscribe my channel. And if you are new on my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. And from time to time, I have decided that I will keep on discussing all these MCQs based on smaller forms also. And thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot again.